Hello traders, how have you been? I hope the market's treating you well. Now moving ahead with our videos on TradingView. In this one we are going to talk about this particular section, the indicators and strategies section. Now when we click on this, on my left hand side we can see favorites, my strips, built-ins, candlestick public library, volume profile, and invite only scripts, so around 7 sections. The first one that I would like to talk about is the built-ins. Built-ins essentially is the list of indicators which is built within the software. So TradingView offers us these softwares which TradingView developers themselves, the team of TradingView has developed, created for the software. And it's quite a long list. It's very useful, and provided you know how to use it. But yes, quite a decent list, quite a exhaustive list, I must definitely say. And whenever you like anything, you can just hit on this star sign, which will essentially go into your favorites. Now I have quite a few favorites. Now let's say you come to built-ins and you want to plot Bollinger Bands, just click on it. The moment you click on any indicator on this software, the default indicator automatically gets plotted in the background, but the indicators and strategies box remains, waits for you to either plot something more if you wish to, or just cross it and move ahead with your analysis. Now we have this Bollinger Band. You know that Bollinger Bands essentially by default gets plotted on the price, and whenever you plot any indicator, as you put your cursor there, there'll be an eye sign which can hide the indicator or unhide it. There's the formula of the indicator, there's a source code which you can change, and the settings, inputs, style, and visibility, as in you want to see this same indicator as you change the time frames. Do you want to see it or not? You can uncheck or check them. This is the Bollinger Bands, and by default it has plotted the upper and lower bands and the background. Now I love this feature which allows me to make these lines thicker. I might change the color and make it as much customizable as possible. I can increase or decrease the depth of the background. So these are nice features for a visual trader. And then there is this cross section which is essentially going to remove the indicator, and there is a section called more. You can add an alert when such certain value of the indicator goes beyond a certain price. It can give you an alert. Visual order, it can bring into front or bring into back. That is, for example, as you can see, as I zoom in, the upper Bollinger Band, the red one, seems to be on top of the candles. Candle seems to be okay. Let me change this to candles. Yes, so you can see that the red line is behind, the candles are in front. So if you wish to be it other way around, just visual order and bring to front, you'll see that the red line now has come in front and the candles have gone back. Now these are all visual aspects, but it's useful especially if you're using multiple indicators. There are ways in which you can change the scaling and you can move to a different pane. You can move it down, and depending again on the indicator that you're using. Any point of time on this software, if you want to do, just undo, Control Z, or just this on top, and there you go, you can undo it. Likewise, a long list of indicators, not only Bollinger Bands, but a pretty long list. I have few of them starred, which essentially comes within my favorites. So there's a list of favorites which I like, which I use, not of course all of them at the same time, but yes, a few interesting ones there as well. Now the unique, and I would say the best part about the indicators and strategies section under TradingView is this public library. Now TradingView, as you know, is used by millions of traders across the globe, and they might code in their own indicators. They might refine, improvise on an existing indicator or a strategy, and can bring in their own angle to it, can bring in their own improvisation to it, and they might make it public. And that's the public library. The word library essentially means a lot of books. In this case, a lot of customized indicators from authors, and they get their likes. It's of course, see, TradingView essentially is like a social media for technical traders, right? So there are likes to keep them motivated. So as we can see that the squeeze momentum indicator created by Lazy Bear is the most liked indicator on TradingView right now. It's got 74,000. I've never used it, so let's give it a try as I prepare this video. So this is the squeeze momentum. By the name of it, I can sense that it probably takes into consideration price contraction, expansion. Let me figure out. So what I did, I clicked on settings, and I would like to go to inputs. So I can see that it has taken Bollinger Band and KC, which is Keltner channel. So essentially standard deviation and average true range. So the objective over here is, I can sense so, is figure out range contraction and then range expansion. I do not know the exact formula of this indicator. This happens to be the most liked, and that's why I clicked it. I'll show you a few of the ones from the public library which I use. They're simpler than this. So this one, Bollinger Band length, so 20 period average he has taken. He has used a standard deviation of 2 and a 20 period ATR and 1.5. Okay, so probably this is that indicator wherein the Bollinger Band enters the body of the Keltner channel. Maybe. Let me try this for you as I create this video. This will be the first one for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to built-ins. I'm going to scroll down and I'll go to Keltner channel. Click on it, and I need to change the settings. So over there the setting was 1.5. Okay, and let's give it a orangish color, or let's keep it blue. I don't need the basis. Let's keep it blue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the Bollinger Band. I don't need the basis. I'm going to change the Bollinger Band to orange. Change it to orange. Give it an orangish background, and there you go. This is an age-old concept of volatility contraction, wherein whenever the Bollinger Band, the orange, steps inside the body of the Keltner channel, that's contraction. Excuse me. So this indicator, whenever it turns red as it goes down, it's a contraction. And maybe these are all my inferences. I might be wrong. I did not develop that indicator. I don't know the code of the indicator. I'm just using my experiential knowledge. And maybe when the reds increase in length on the downside, the contraction is getting tighter, and maybe the contraction is getting loose. Maybe let's see when it turns green. It's turning green, but the Bollinger Bands are still very much inside the body of the Keltner channel. So maybe he's using something else, but bottom line we can figure out is figuring out contraction and expansion market. Let me show you a few of the indicators which I have set aside as my favorite. For example, a very simple nice one is Heiken-Ashi. This one, I use this. This is created by an author named Crypto Rocks. Thank you. It's got some 3,000 likes. All that it does is it plots Heiken-Ashi, and after I plot it, all that I do is I take it up or down to a new pane. Now what this does for me is, on the same chart I can view the candles or the bars. I generally use the bar charts, and parallelly, simultaneously take a look at Heiken-Ashi. I did not have to change it to Heiken-Ashi, change it back to bars, so I can look at bars and Heiken-Ashi at the same time. So Heiken Ashi has a separate indicator. Likewise, there are many. If you have seen my videos, I use two moving averages, 1334 exponential moving average. I love this indicator created by Dread Blitz. It gives a beautiful color. And let me just quickly show this to you. So let me hide the Keltner channel and Bollinger Band. This is a nice indicator. I've been using it since the day I discovered this. And so all that I do is I go into my EMAs and select 13 and 21, 34, I'm sorry. And EMA reaction is the number of bars it will take to turn around. And there you go. It's a nice color. I can of course change the width of these lines. I can of course change the color of these lines. So a lot of indicators within the public library. Now don't spend time here unnecessarily. If you need something, just type it out here, Heiken, and then anything to do with Heiken will pop up. And then yeah, you have to do a little bit of try and test. You have to click on 3, 4, 5 indicators and try and figure out what do you need. So spend time here or look around here only when you need something, or else there are thousands of indicators and you'll be lost. They also, I think, a few months back introduced this candlestick pattern section, which is good. The moment I click on doji, the stock, if on this chart it recognizes a doji, there you go, it will mark this like this over here. So it's pretty nifty. It's pretty nice, pretty good for first level learners of the subject. If you're learning about candlesticks charts and you would like to see that visually without putting in the effort, like not the old school but the new school ones, a little bit of cheat sheet and kind of a shortcut, then yes, this can definitely help you to understand visually, get a hold of the pattern. Pretty nice. Volume profile, I have a separate video on this. I'll share the link below in the description box. You can take a look at this. Useful, definitely a useful section, taking a look at wherein the volume stacked up at which price level. There are a few invite only scripts. Rohit is one of our community members in Mentorship Traders, and he had created on my request few indicators which he has shared with me, and they're all locked, so I can use them. So overall, I would say, my scripts is something that scripts that I will code, as in I will create, like so many authors have created. This is where my scripts will come. So overall, this section of indicators and strategies of TradingView, impressive, number one. Number two, they keep on improving, they keep on improvising, they keep on adding. It's not like they come out with 50 indicators and that's it. Whenever they come up with something new, you'll find this nice new orangish tag. So they keep on adding and updating also. It's a good thing. It's not done and set. No, it's done. It's never done. It keeps on improving and increasing. Public library, of course, very useful if you are looking for something different which is not there in the buildings. And of course, if you're capable to create it, why look in the library? Write it down yourself, right? So this video was about the indicator section. In our next video, we'll talk about the rest, which is the fundamentals, the indicator templates. This won't take much time, couple of minutes. We'll create an alert to show you how this alert works. And yes, the bar replay. This is also a fairly nice and useful concept. Thank you for liking my videos, and thank you for your suggestions. Also, take care of yourselves. Trade well.